Today we're going to do something a little different. I want to do a tool review and show you how I use this tool. I've been looking at this ball vise for quite some time, trying to decide if I want to spend the money because it is pricey. But I found that I do a lot of stone setting, and I needed a way to hold my pieces more securely when I set the stones. I've just been doing them, holding them in my hands or using a ring clamp or something, and I just wanted something a little easier and something that I could move around easily, from place to place. So I looked at this GRS Microblock XL, and I looked at some reviews online and stuff. It gets great reviews, so I thought I would give it a try. I got mine from AutoFry, and at the end of the video I should be able to show you some screenshots of the products that I was looking at. But I got the Microblock, and I also got an attachment kit with it so that I could get some extra pins that I could use, because I want to be able to set rings definitely, and it comes with a ring, like a leather-faced ring clamp pin. So the basic ball vise comes with this vise here, this ball vise here. It has two bases. It has a plastic base and it has a rubber base, and they're exactly the same except the material. I find that the plastic base, you can move the ball around a little more easily. The rubber one, if you want it to stay steadier, it's a good one to use. You can still move it, but it takes a little more effort because it kind of sticks a little better. It also comes with 4 pins. That's all it comes with, just these 4 little metal pins that you can stick here in the vise to hold things. But I knew I needed more than that. It has this, what do you call this? It's like a hex wrench. It's got these little nuts that go with it. I'm not quite sure what those are for. If you have to replace something, maybe. And then it's got this little hex pin that helps you set the jaws further out, closer in. There's also a setting on the side here, not sure if you can see that, right here, that you use this in to set the tension on the movement here, right? It also comes with a sample pack of Thermo Lock. This stuff, you can heat it up, mold it to help hold your pieces. Obviously I haven't used it yet. So that's the basic kit. The attachment that I got looks like this, and I like this. It's got a lot of extra little pins that you can hold your pieces with. It has these square shaped pins. These, I believe, are called rectangular inset curve pins. So you see, I think you can hold like coins and stuff with these. You put that in this little notch here for those that do coin engravings. There's these larger round inset pins. They have a flat surface on the side. I like these rubber pins. They really hold things well. But the main reason I got this was for these ring clamp pins, and they have leather on the face so you don't mar your metal. And you can see I've been using it, and it works quite well. So, oh, and it also comes with another little sampling of Thermo Lock. If you buy these together, you get a bit of a price break. You can buy them separately, but I chose to buy the kit that had this included. Alright, so let's take a look at the ring clamp attachment and see how this works. Alright, so you just place your pins in here, and you can set it inside, you know, or right here. I usually set it inside so that my ring doesn't hit anything underneath here. And just set it on the other side. So it just slips in like that. Nice and simple. So I have a ring here that I want to set the stone, and I can open the jaws up. There we go. And I can put that in there and secure it. And that's not going to go anywhere. I'll take this out to get out of my way. And I like to be able to turn it around so I leave this kind of loose, the tension on this loose. Alright, so let's just zoom in here. So I'm going to set this stone in this ring, and I just have a bezel, round, like bezel pusher, and tilt this so I can see it better. Since this is a kind of teardrop shaped stone, I'm going to start up here at the top and set my point first. Just push that in a little bit, and then I'll come around and set the opposite, and then go to the side, set that, opposite, and then kind of come in between. Alright, so I've got 8 points pushed in, and then I'm going to start back up here at the top. You see where they're kind of bowing out here, and I'll work those areas, pushing those. Now that I have those 8 areas set, I can just kind of come around. I don't need to keep going opposite directions, but I'm just kind of pushing it in. I don't want to stretch the metal just by rolling it around and get potentially a crease. I can do that after I kind of get this set. I definitely don't want to crease that point. It's rounded, but it's the same concept if it was pointed. Alright, now I have that pretty set in there, and I can just kind of roll this to set it even more. And you want to make sure that you have a polished edge on your bezel pusher. And I am applying a bit of pressure here to make sure that that's seated nicely against the stone. And that's well secured. So now what I like to do is I have this that I made. I actually made this from an old, probably a cup burr that I cut the end off of, and I sanded it so it's smooth, it's not pointed, and I polished it so that when I use this against my stone, I don't scratch the stone. But I like that top to be a nice burnished edge, because if you leave it like that, it kind of looks unfinished sometimes. And I just run it along the edge, pushing down, and it burnishes that and leaves a nice finish. I don't know if you can see that, but it's leaving a nice shiny edge, and it kind of finishes out that piece for you. But you definitely want to make sure that tool is highly polished, because you don't want to scratch your stone or your metal. Done. Quick. So if you're setting a lot of stones and you have the money to spend, you might consider one of these GRS Microblocks. This is the Microblock XL. There's different sizes depending on what you need. This one's plenty big for what I need. There's an even smaller one, but I thought this one might be the best choice for me. I purchased my Microblock XL from the AutoFry website. So I'll show you how you can find that on that site. Type in autofry.com and then do a search for Microblock XL. And two versions will show up. The basic version is the Microblock XL, and it just includes the basic kit as shown here. You can scroll down and see the details of what's included. And we can go back and look at the other version, which is the basic kit, but it also includes the attachment set. It's a 30-piece attachment set. So you see it's still the same basic kit plus the attachment set. So let's take a look at what's in the attachment set. So I'll copy that GRS number and paste it in the search. And this is the same attachment set that I got in my kit. So if we scroll down and look at the details, you can see all of the attachments that are included. Thanks for joining, and happy torching!